After 2 full years and several separate investigations have so far failed to prove that Russia, quote, hacked our election, Democrats are pledging still another Russia probe if they retake the House of Representatives. But that's not their only goal. The vast majority of Democratic voters, according to opinion polling, say they want the Democrats to impeach the president if they retake the Congress. Alan Dershowitz is an emeritus professor at Harvard Law School and the author of The Case Against Impeaching Trump, and he joins us tonight. Professor, do you think that we need another Russia probe?
No, I don't think we do. I think we'll learn a lot from the report that Mueller will release. If we did need a probe, it should be a nonpartisan 9/11 type objective probe. The last thing we need is a partisan probe whose purpose it is to demonize the other party and to try to gain partisan advantage. That's not what the American public needs, and I think the Democrats will shoot themselves in the foot if they fritter away their power as a check and balance if they do regain the House by looking to the past instead of looking to the future.
So that kind of is the question, actually. Do you get partisan advantage even by talking about Russia? Well, presumably, if you're a Democrat, there are lots of things you disagree with that Trump believes. Why not argue about those? Why still Russia?
It's ridiculous, I think, and I do think that in the end they would get short-term partisan advantage, but in the end I think the long-term disadvantages would be obvious. We saw that happen when Bill Clinton was impeached. It turned very negative on the Republicans, and I think even those who participated in the impeachment now regret that. And I think that the Democrats should learn the lesson. If they are fortunate enough to regain the House, they should use that as a way of checking and balancing and exercising their constitutional authority, trying to work with the Republicans and come up with some compromise programs that won't satisfy anybody 100%, but that's the nature of a divided government. You come up with compromises. Think back to the days, when Ted Kennedy would work so closely with McCain and others. I think we need to see that happening again, and if the Democrats regain control and they're smart, they will try to reach out to moderate Republicans and try to come up with some programs that help the American public rather than just achieve short-term partisan results.
The impeachment talk strikes me as strange. I mean, you're the constitutional scholar here, obviously, but my understanding is you need 3/4 of the Senate to vote for conviction in order to remove a president with impeachment. That's not going to happen. So given that it's not going to happen, why are they considering it?
Well, for the same reason that they considered it with Bill Clinton. The House could conceivably get a majority to impeach. It's very easy to impeach. It's not easy to impeach constitutionally, but the House can act unconstitutionally. Maxine Waters has already said the criteria for impeachment is anything the House wants. She wants to impeach not only President Trump, but Vice President Pence as well. It would just be a show trial, and they might get enough votes. I don't think they will. I think there'd be enough sensible Democrats to understand that this would not be a positive thing for the Democratic Party, certainly leading up to 2020. And as soon as the midterms are over, 2020 begins. And I think it would be a way of frittering away the advantage the Democrats have gotten by taking over the House. It also, even the talk of it now, hurts their chances of winning the House. I don't think Americans want to vote for an impeachment. I don't think they want to vote for more investigations of Russia. I think they want to vote for candidates who will move the country forward.
And you see it in the polling even. The Democrats who are doing unexpectedly well are talking about health insurance, health care questions, actual economic matters. This is an obvious nonpartisan point that you're making. I'm agreeing with you. Why is it not obvious to Democratic leaders?
Well, I think it is obvious to some Democratic leaders. The problem is the leaders today don't have control over the party because the successes have come from young radicals who are winning small elections in obscure places that don't represent what Americans really think. I think most Americans are centrists, and the movement to the left of the Democratic Party does not represent the mainstream of the Democratic Party. And I would hope the leaders would recognize that. The same thing is true of Republicans. The extreme right wing, which is winning in a few places, doesn't represent the core of the Republican Party. I think the Americans benefit when both parties move to the middle, when there are great debates between conservatives and liberals, that's where the debate should happen, instead of screaming matches between the radicals on the left and the radicals on the right. That's not the America that made us great.
Professor Alan Dershowitz, great to see you tonight. Thank you for that.
Thank you.